that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
Third down from the gun, Dalton. He's going to let it go again. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Here's Jackson. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Earl Mitchell in there to bury him for a loss of 11. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this. Third and long. What will Dalton dial up? And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. Here's John Ryan now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And now out comes Minnesota. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But
and he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Got to be careful here. Dalton. Over the middle, he's got Tim Brown. And they're going to get this one all the way out to the 25-yard line. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle.
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Vikings. Michael Floyd, 57 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead. And he's got it up and through. Now it's Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. And out now come the Seahawks. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Passing, it's Dalton. It's caught. Michael Pruitt. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that? That was hit, and Dalton lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him, everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
To throw here, Dalton. He's going to air one out. He's got a man, complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. The final act of the first half, Dalton. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is...
Now the ball comes loose, and the Vikings pick up the football. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. All right, let's see what Dalton can do after the fun. And he's wrapped up. Taken down, back at the 25. Jonathan Hankins able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Dalton throwing on second down. His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse, and it's third down.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Surveying the field. It's Floyd on the right. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Michael Floyd. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Now it's Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. It's a short kick taken near the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Finding time. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Eric Decker, 68 yards. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, the hurdle. Oh, the Vikings offense now heading out to take over. Zebra. Dalton, 1st and 10. Man open left side is Brown. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big run there by Johnson. 43 yards. Fresh set of downs here. Dalton operating in the red zone now. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Damian Williams from 17 yards out. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time.
Looking for Decker, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Harrison Smith. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? I mean, you're exactly right. It takes a...
And this is caught inside the 5. That one goes for 36 yards. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate.
They took a shot downfield towards the end zone, and he came up with a big-time catch, but he was tackled a little bit.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. David Johnson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. Novak is on to attempt the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. Now it's Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Snap came and won. Now here's Dalton. Going up top. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they will take over at the 20.